Another shot is coming raw and unbounded. The whiskey's always talking and the beer's overflowing. Another shot is gonna hit you with a mind overloaded, loaded. The bar is always open with no inhibitions. Another shot will leave your sensories twitching. Just remember, everything we say is just our opinion. But then again, it might be the alcohol talking. It might be the alcohol talking. Let's go.
We have to figure out this whole video thing. It's driving me nuts. But that being said, welcome everybody to another shot. Thirsty Thursday Sports Night. With you always, you got your boy Bill and my hetero life mate,
Steve Quan Barkley.
You stole my thunder. I can't wait to hear the name change this weekend. When, Shaquan gets shut down.
Oh, no.
And all of a sudden we start calling her Shaniqua.
The Mrs. Barkley. Don't be the Mrs. Barkley.
Be Gnarls Barkley.
Gnarls Barkley.
But before we truly get started, guys, keeping Grove City hydrated one drink at a time. Show some love to our boys over there at Grove City Beverage. Main Street, Grove City, Pennsylvania is their location. 724-458-4280 is that number. You will find your domestics, your imports, your crafts, slushies, wine coolers, sodas, and the ever-famous beer wagon. Guys, good people, good prices, good selection. Show some love over there. Grove City Beverage. I'm all over the place.
So
I think I'm still
slightly hammered from last night.
It's quite possible. The energy was through the roof. That guy was a dude. He hit the ground running.
Oh yeah,
and
dragged us along with him.
High energy, awesome time. Damn it! I mean, last night was just fun.
Yeah,
but enough about last night. Thirsty Thursday Sports Night.
A lot of
Super Bowl 59. This Sunday.
LIX 59.
The Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Kansas City Queefs. Cheers. And this mic, we make all sorts of fun noises whenever I do the old beard rub on it. Kitty cat watching. Hopefully you're feeling better, girl. Yeah, I think we've all had our turn now of deathbed.
Yeah, to being down with the sickness.
That's exactly what I said to her the other night.
So yeah, New Orleans. So glad this game's in New Orleans after how this year started. I'm just gonna go out there and I'm gonna say I'm picking the Eagles.
Ooh, gee, what a shocker on this one.
Yeah, I don't even know what they're looking at. How the line has moved all week. I haven't paid much attention to the betting aspect of it yet, because as money comes in Vegas, these things move around so much, and I'm just waiting for something to drop last minute. You know what I mean? Yeah, 1 point favorite. I mean, this is a coin flip for Vegas.
You know, it's kind of funny. Your boys are already behind the eight ball because apparently I received information that basically the entire locker room is passing around some sort of illness that is pretty much whooping their butts right now.
I saw that. You know, Steve-O did send that to me, but I'm calling bullshit. If something like that does happen, you don't let your opponent know. You know what I mean? It could be, you know, a fake. You know what I mean? Like they're going to do all this mental faking right now. You know, if you see the whole team not showing up for interviews and shit like that, then yeah, maybe there's some truth to it. But no, this is the most.
So you're saying it's the proverbial smoke and mirrors?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. You know, it happens all the time, especially in playoff games.
So my question is, are they that scared of the Chiefs? Because I mean, if you got to start resorting to mental warfare, it's because you're a little nervous about the actual battle on the field.
But it could also be the news too, you know, embellishing shit again. You know what I mean? Fucking,
it could be
CJ Gardner-Johnson could have sneezed and they could have been like, up the locker room sick. You know what I mean? Or two guys sneezed in a row.
But just because they're sick doesn't mean, you know, they're guaranteed to lose. MJ himself, Michael Jordan, beat the Jazz with the flu.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I mean,
everybody plays sick. They play hurt.
When you get in that moment, you say, fuck being sick. You know what I mean? Especially these guys, they're professional athletes. They're finely tuned athletic machines. A little cold isn't going to stop anybody or slow them down. Because you know what? They're throwing it out all day, every day at practice.
I tell you what, postpone it another week. There, we'll just postpone the Super Bowl one more week.
No, let's not do that. Saquon's ready to go.
Saquon's
not sick. That's what matters.
What that?
Yeah, Milla.
Anyways, yeah, I don't think it's fake, honestly, but I think that of course, they're gonna, you know, over embellish it and make it out to be a lot bigger than what it actually is. I mean, why? Well, as it turns out, a couple of them got colds. Or are you going to pay more attention? And when they say, "Man, they're all sick, they're passing it around, and they're on deathbeds themselves," and
yeah, you know,
they're like running 100 degrees. I mean, you ram it home.
I swear this shit happens in like every big game. There's these little, you know, ailment rumors going around. It just seems like it happens a lot. Big game, no.
Honestly, though, I mean, at the end of the day, this game, dude, in my opinion, you literally got a mediocre on paper. Philadelphia should win this.
They have the number one defense, the number one offensive line, the number one running back, and they have two receivers they really haven't had to use that are very, very fucking good, and the tight end who's very, very, very fucking good. They haven't had to use them much because Saquon and this offensive line are ripping off 30-yard gains weekly. The favorite bet that I've been playing every fucking week for the Eagles in the playoffs is Saquon's longest rush, and it has cashed every fucking week. It's a crazy number. Right now it's 23.5 for his longest rush. He hit that, what was it, last game? Last game. First carry of the game, ripped off 59 yards. The bet hits. This offensive line is, we'll drop that link. This offensive line is opening up such holes. Last game that Philly did, remember their center was hurt, their starting center, back spasm. So they had the backup in, who wasn't even a backup center. He was a left tackle. And he went in there and he was limping around the sidelines. They still won the fucking game. You know, they're a bad snap. There were snap issues. They won. The push actually failed because they had the backup in there. It doesn't fucking matter. The great thing about the Super Bowl is both of these teams, both of these coaches are unlikely to punt when they're inside the 50. You know what I mean? I love looking at the over here. I love points. You know, it's a 48.5. I think both teams, you know, it's everything on the line. I don't expect a defensive Super Bowl. It's go for broke because the Chiefs have a line. They want to be what, the first team to three-peat?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that's so no other team has ever did a three-peat, correct?
no. Steelers went back to back. San Fran went back to back.
Patriots.
Dallas went back to back. Patriots went back to back. Now the Chiefs have gone back to back.
So this would be the pinnacle of the Chiefs, Andy Reid, Mahomes, Kelsey legacy, being the first team to do this. So now, does the NFL want them to win? Because we got this whole big.
Oh my goodness! Will you take a breath? Eat some barbecue. Talk to Chaz. I don't know who the other character was he brought out last night.
It was a great time. Hey, we'll be dropping that link here real short.
Breathe.
Real short.
Jesus.
Can't wait to get you in here. Want your
I know. Stalker alert.
Yeah, so then we're gonna talk about the referees. You know, it's been around all season with the Chiefs. You know, refs are handing them games. The Chiefs just know how to win. That blocked field goal in Denver is still fucking mind-boggling to me. I'm glad it happened. But holy fuck balls. I don't see how. The only way the Eagles lose this is if they get to Jalen Hurts and he becomes that Jalen Hurts that throws a shit ton of turnovers like he does to begin every season. But he's cleaned that up this year. He's healthy. He's going to run. His rushing yards are at 37.5. 37.5. Saquon's longest run, 23.5. I'm taking all those overs. But, I mean, I think this ball goes in the air. I don't see a lot of defense. I think it's go for broke. What do you think?
I think it's going to be a fun game. Like I said, you got a high-powered defense taking on. It's hard not to think that Philadelphia is going to win this. And by the way, Mom, it's good to see you. Was it last year you were a Kansas City fan? I can't remember now.
Is Mom on the bandwagon?
Oh man, that bandwagon, dude. She's not the only one, so I can't throw her fully under the bus. Trust me, that's a bus full of people I'm getting ready to back over on that one.
Yeah, definitely want to hear you guys' picks there in the chat, man. I know Katrina's all for the Chiefs. Mama San over there, she's good for the Birds. I'm for the Birds. I mean, I don't know if more people are rooting for Philly to win or if they're rooting for Kansas City to lose.
Honestly, I hate to say it this way. I'm thinking it's to the point now where it doesn't matter who it is. It could be Philadelphia. It could have been Cleveland. Could have been the lowly, could have been Dallas again.
The Bears.
The Bears. Could have been Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks, Doesn't matter. People want to see Mahomes lose. I mean, it's not that they're wishing like ill will. I know for a fact I don't wish ill will to the man, but I mean, it's kind of like, there's been so many people. Anderson Silva was for the UFC, he went, it got to the point where you were waiting for somebody to beat him. You want that, it happened with Brady. Here's the thing though. I don't think that Kansas City's defense is going to have anything for Saquon. To be fair though, nobody has anything for Saquon this year. Nobody could stop him. So,
and he's just getting better this postseason. He's like getting 200 yards a game in the postseason. I mean, this is insanity.
Last year, but not this year. Okay, yeah, man.
Yeah, bandwagon.
Choo choo. No, I
mean, we're in the dome. I mean,
well,
if Saquon gets hurt in that first quarter, Eagles fans panic. But I mean,
If Kenny Pickett
he's on a
gets
mission.
if Kenny Pickett gets the starting nod,
Yeah, if something happens to Hurts, you know what I mean? You're an injury away. I mean, but, as far as the referees are concerned, this is the biggest sporting, I think, most viewed sport event all year, right? The Super Bowl.
yeah, almost. It's one of the ones that's up there.
I mean, the soccer, like English Premier League championship might be up there.
Dude,
but
I'd say WrestleMania actually does better.
no way. Than the Super
Yep, yep.
Bowl? Absolutely not. Fact check, please. Fact
100.
check, please. Most viewed sporting event per year. And where does WrestleMania fall?
What should it be like MLB or the Masters or something like that? Golf, curling,
God.
Olympic curling.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm rooting for Philly here. I remember that because when the Eagles were up 2 scores, no, they were up 10-0 last Super Bowl when they played Kansas City 3 years ago, and they blew it. They took their foot off the gas. Sirianni, terrible coaching down the stretch, got out coached by Reed again. And that look with Jalen Hurts walking off that field with all the red and white and yellow confetti falling down, I want to see it this year.
Burned in your brain.
And they're good. Yo, it's burned into my brain. I'm going to see it this year, but it's going to be Patrick Mahomes walking off the field with black, white, and Kelly Green falling
Fair
from the
enough.
sky.
Fair enough. Wasn't so much KC. It was rooting for the AFC team. Yeah, I mean, I've done that too.
Yeah, you just pick your division.
Yeah, honestly, when Baltimore took on San Fran,
Yeah, I was
dude, I
thinking-
I stuck with the AFC on that one. That was the famous Colin Kaepernick, miracle season.
fucking Kaepernick.
Remember, it wasn't about the flag.
Yeah. How's unemployment, Colin?
Mm-hmm. Do you remember that commercial he did where, fight for what you believe in even when it costs you everything?
Yeah.
Dude, shut up.
Yeah, you're.
And that bandwagon, it dropped quicker than, what? It went for a season, maybe 2 at best, and then, when fans started turning against their own teams, I think the NFL finally realized we might want to put a stop to this and actually enforce that rule. That does state in the NFL rule book
Yeah.
that you have to stand for the national anthem.
Yeah. Thank you for that, Colin Kaepernick.
Well, I mean, it was even a rule back then, and people were still going out there. I mean, I will give that. Everybody wanted to demonize the Steelers for doing something, but if you remember, they didn't kneel.
No.
That was the famous Villanueva walked out and stood on the sidelines by himself.
And everybody stayed in the locker room.
They stood in the entranceway.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you want to do that, I mean, at least they were still standing. They used to do that all the time.
They're not making it a public display.
When who was it? Jerry Jones that walked out. He swore up and down his guys weren't going to do it, and then he walked out there with every one of them. Was it Jerry Jones and the Cowboys?
I believe so.
They walked out to the middle of the field. Everyone took a knee, stood back up, and walked to the sidelines.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that whole fuking not having pride in your country and all that shit. Go fuck yourself.
It wasn't the country. It was we're treated wrong.
Yeah.
Tell us all about it, millionaire.
Yeah, quality. You're doing pretty damn good.
Hey, Steelers had their share. We had to deal with AB. We had to deal with Le'Veon.
Mm-hmm.
But Le'Veon actually has turned around, and at least he's had the courage to apologize and say, I mean, dude, you have to admit he could have been a Hall of Famer. The guy was just, it was scary. When he was on the field, you knew. But all that aside, that's for the next half hour. We the Super Bowl for me this year, I mean, yeah, it is a repeat of 3 years ago, I think it was?
3 years, yeah.
Okay. I hate to say this. I don't even remember that one. It was lackluster.
Yeah. I mean, it was defensive game. It was a defensive game. There were turnovers. It was ugly. And everybody was on the Chiefs, and the Chiefs had a way better roster that year than they do this year. I mean, you look at their receivers right now, they got D-Hop, who is doing nothing Nothing in Kansas City.
He sat, didn't he, for most of it? Wasn't he still pretty injury laden?
14 snaps is all he saw last game. 1 catch. He's barely getting targeted. This Xavier Worthy kid, man, he's a fucking stud. His rushing yards are at like 4.5. I'm taking that for an over because I see jet sweeps in this game. There, 1 carry from Xavier Worthy on a jet sweep, get him outside. That bet smashes.
The one I tell you what though, I mean, what Kansas City does have going for them is the fact that let's call it what it is. Mahomes, dude, he's hard to sack. He can do crazy shovel passes. He knows when to he can get rid of the ball last second. I'll use this analogy. He's the Le'Veon Bell of football quarterbacks.
But against this defense, good Lord. I mean, we lost Carter. No, we lost Nakobe Dean, which was a huge hit. But we got this linebacker and Zach Bond on the Pro Bowl. Man, dude is a fucking animal. He is an absolute animal. He is like 100% football player. He's a TJ Watt at the linebacker position. Are you familiar with him? Zach Bond, Baun.
I am not actually.
He had an interception last game from linebacker. I mean, he is Pro Bowl. I mean, he's a stud. I don't know what his tackles are this game, but over. He's an absolute fucking beast. The defensive line, the cornerbacks. I mean, they're young as shit. Cooper DeJean, he's back to returning punts too. Kickoffs. I mean, they're good. And this defense is going to be good next year, too. They're all young. They're all from Bama, Iowa, Quinion Mitchell. And, it's all anchored by Gardner Johnson back there roaming around at safety. This defense is fucking tough. I mean, but Mahomes and the Chiefs, what they like to do all game, every game, is churn out first downs. Eat clock. That's what scares me about this 48.5 total. Is because I can see Kansas City taking 7 minutes on their first drive.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
Yeah, you want to bet on coin flip on this, and if they defer, I think Kansas City, if they win the coin flip, they're going to want the ball. Because I'm pretty sure their plan is going to keep the ball out of Saquon Barkley's hands, keep the Eagles offense off the field. And they're going to do that by these little dink and dunks to Kelsey. Please stop him. Noah Gray, a shit ton of little Patrick Mahomes. When he runs and he sticks the ball out, he gets right to the marker and just puts it over.
Do you ever know? I mean, Travis Kelce, he always tends to be open at the right possible moment. Like when he's definitely getting sacked. Next thing you know, you see that little shovel pass of his, that little flip or whatever. He just kind of goes like this, and it's kind of like in basketball how the play. You run back. You guys stuck, so you run back in to take the pass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
I mean,
he can't hit me deep, so he's going to run back, and he's going to, dude. And Andy Reid is no slouch. If I'm not mistaken, did he not take Philadelphia to the Super Bowl at one point
with McNabb, and we lost to Brady?
Was he still the coach whenever they beat Brady?
No, that was Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson, who got fired from Jacksonville this year because Jacksonville, you did not make the list. I look at Kelsey and I see like a beer drinking frat boy, like I did in Gronk. And somehow this motherfucker always gets open. And they're like, so what player are you running, Travis? And he's like, I don't know. I could just kind of go out there and do my own thing. Like the motherfucker ain't running no routes. He just goes out there, finds an open spot, sits down, and I mean, it's incredible to watch. I mean, he's a hell of a player. I'm curious to see if he sticks around if they get this three-peat, or if him and Taylor have the baby right off into the sunset and he enjoys retirement with his brother Jason and start pursuing acting or something like that.
The other thing we kind of look at, and it's some of the stuff we did when we were predicting our games throughout the season. It is a home game for Philly because it is NFC
Stadium down there.
It's about the same distance for both.
New Orleans. Yeah.
So let's compare the two. Patrick Mahomes to Jalen Hurts.
Better rusher, Jalen Hurts. You'll have that push for Philadelphia. And no team is more successful on fourth downs. No team goes for it more on fourth downs.
I don't think any team's been able to stop the push this year.
No, and now they're healthy with the healthy center. They're going for it on 4th and 2 at the 50. They're getting 2 yards on this fucker. I mean, this game is not going to have punts. I don't see many punts in this game. It's especially if one team goes down 2 scores, field goal and a touchdown, they go down 10. This is go, 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 go. I mean, there's so much offensive weapons on this Philadelphia team. Sirianni needs this win bad. He needs this. He needs to keep his job. He needs to win the big one, is what he needs to do. You know, they're so blessed to bring him in a few years ago, and now second time in the bowl. You do have the one thing that does worry me. You do have this young defense on the biggest stage in their first year. These are rookies: Quinyon Mitchell, Cooper DeJean. Their first year out of college, they're starting safeties on each side in the Super Bowl, going against a guy like DeAndre Hopkins. I mean, or if these guys get stage fright, I mean, this game can get out of hand quickly. But I don't think so. I think these guys they've been playing veteran type football all year, man. I love this defense.
I like the defense over an offense that, honestly, Philly's got more weapons. Number one defense, Saquon, A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts. Sirianni's on fire this year. And, you know, a lot of people are saying, oh, the refs, they're officiating for the Chiefs. May I remind you of a Steelers versus Eagles game when a scrum broke out? And it was right there. Camera caught it. Everybody saw it. Eagles was punching. He slugged him 3 times. And then the refs said no punches were thrown by the Eagles. So riddle me that one. And that's just a good example of, it's not just the Chiefs, it just happens more so for the Chiefs, I think, this year. There's been a lot of, it does seem like they're trying to protect him. I keep saying I don't think that the officiating is going to be an issue, but every time I say that, Facebook blows up, Instagram blows up, everybody blows up with, you know, video evidence that, you know, hey, there's this. Same thing happened with Tom Brady. So, for me, it's a coin flip. Like I said, I think that Philly has the better weapons, but Kansas City has also done very well this playoffs. Man. And the fact, I mean, this would be a good case in point. You know, everybody says that sports betting has been dictating all this stuff. Man, does Philly get revenge, or does Kansas City make history and become the first team to go 3 Super Bowls in a row?
Man,
Win.
I love Philly. Man. I definitely want to hear from the chat who you guys got, man. Kansas City. One thing, Kansas City may have had the most wins this season, but they were the number one worst team in the NFL at covering the spread. So they won games, but they won games in the last 2 minutes, which I hope this game does not come down to as an Eagles fan, because that's when Mahomes does Mahomes shit. The officiating comes in. I don't want to see this game come down to a fucking under 2 minute pass interference call that put someone in field goal range. I think 16. The last few Super Bowls, I think the numbers like 16-8 have gone to wins with the team with the better field goal kicker. Butker is on fire this year. Harrison Butker, who is not on fire this year, the Eagles' Jake Elliott. He was a great kicker the last, 5 fucking years for Philly. He has been absolutely abysmal this year, but he has kicked 60-yarders in big games to push them through the playoffs. I think he steps up this game if needed. But Butker has been on fire. I mean,
I think, like I said, I've been preaching it and preaching it and preaching it. Your biggest weapon, Saquon. If they can somehow stop Saquon, the two things that'll win the game for Kansas City will be the clock management. I'm 100% with you on that. And if they can shut down Saquon, they do those two things, Chiefs win. So, that being said,
forcing Jalen Hurts into those turnovers that he can do. If Jalen Hurts plays like dog shit, this game will get ugly quickly. And Kansas City will bleed that clock.
So here's the fun part, guys. I'm going to be the first one to say it. It's going to be Kansas City winning this, but I am rooting for the Eagles. And I'm, just to make it fun, I'm going to say Kansas City by 2.
Ooh. How do you get there by 2? Bleeding the clock? Go up by 1 on the field goal?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a 2-point conversion in this game?
Ooh.
So some of the favorite things I'm looking at this game that I never bet every year, but I should, and it plays out really good. Is there going to be a 2-point conversion in the Super Bowl? Is there going to be a safety? And is any other player besides a quarterback going to throw a pass or a touchdown? Last 2 Super Bowls, who was it? Jennings he was the MVP of the game for the 49ers. He threw a touchdown pass. I mean, those are things I like seeing in the Super Bowl.
I just with the defense, no, I don't see any 2-point conversions this game. I do not see safety on this game because, as we all know, Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts, not just Patrick Mahomes, when it comes to avoiding the sack, Patrick Mahomes is better because he can get rid of the ball. It's just
Hurts does hold on to the ball.
He's not afraid to okay, shit. I'm throwing out of bounds. Again, Kelsey always happens to be right in the right spot. Dude, to have to practice that, it's like, okay, hey, you're in trouble. You scrambling. So the running back comes back. Kelsey comes back. Who else do they have over there? I mean, Jesus. Anybody worth mentioning?
Xavier Worthy.
Either way, I think they're going to pressure.
You can't take away the Kansas City running backs either. They have a dynamic duo in Pacheco, who hasn't been the same since coming back from injury because he hasn't had to. He's still been healing. He's been available, but Kareem Hunt has been out there doing the nasty. He kind of looks like the Kareem Hunt of old when he originally played for the Chiefs. But you still have a healthy Pacheco back there that nobody's been paying much attention to because Kareem Hunt's been lifting the weights. I see a healthy dose of a healthy Pacheco that everybody's kind of been sleeping on this game because he hasn't had to play much, but he's healthy, and we just kind of forgot about him because Kareem Hunt's been doing the workload. Definitely looking at a Pacheco tutty here.
See, you said how by 2. Let's say Kansas City kicks, the defense holds strong. They can't get in there, but they do kick field goals. So they kick 3 field goals. There's 9. Okay. Now Saquon busts it up the middle, does what he's been doing all season long, runs it in for a touchdown. That's 7. There's your 2 points. And then they're going to battle back and forth.
Moving the chains all game.
I think Kansas City's better at chewing up the clock. In the battle of quarterbacks, Patrick Mahomes has proven he's actually by getting rid of that ball. He gets rid of the ball when he needs, when it's time.
I mean, I feel like this game is going to be frustrating because Kansas City does that best. They move the chains. They eat clock. 6 minutes, 7-minute drives all the way down, and they get points at the end. That defense is so tired after playing, 10, 12, 13 downs that Kansas City's able to punch it in the end. That's what gives them success.
Okay. So, like I said, I'm going to ask the House of Sanson at this point who they're picking.
Yeah.
Let's see if what Katrina says and if Blue's still on here. Let's go ahead and take a break real quick.
Yeah.
Well, everybody's getting ready to post their picks. And when we come back, we'll talk a little more football. And I'm not going to lie, I'm tired tonight. This could be a pretty easy show, guys.
We have a hell of a weekend coming up.
Oh, my God. We will touch on that. Guys, we are going to give you a little GB3. Let's go How I'm Getting Over You. You know what? Yeah, I like it. See you guys here shortly.
How the hell do we end up here? Everything good seems to disappear. Life comes at you fast and then it's gone. I wish that we'd have one more night. Rewind the hands of time. Forget that we ever had to say goodbye. Life is them, don't you know? We're one mistake from starting over. It don't matter where we go, the other side is creeping closer. So here goes another night, getting high, trying not to lose my mind, dreaming about them good old days. Taking trips, ripping lips, checking off a bucket list. Some things ain't gonna change. We're burning up in back roads, cooler in the console, chasing down a neon road. Another night, getting high, doing what we used to do. Yeah, that's how I'm getting over you. 5 years feels like yesterday. In this case, the beer don't numb the pain, 'cause I'll take you with me everywhere I go. Driving around this empty truck, trying to get my mind unstuck. Moving on just makes me feel alone. Life ain't there, I know you know. The other side's just creeping closer. Not sure how it works up there, but down here we still need some closure. So here goes another night, getting high, trying not to lose my mind, dreaming about them good old days. Taking trips, ripping lips, checking off a bucket list. Some things ain't gonna change. We're burning up in back roads, cooler in the console, chasing down a neon road. Another night, getting high, doing what we used to do. Yeah, that's how I'm getting over you. Yeah, that's how I'm getting over you. Yeah, that's how I'm getting over you. Life ain't there, I know you know. The other side's just creeping closer. Not sure how it works up there, but down here we still need some closure. So here goes another night, getting high, trying not to lose my mind, dreaming about them good old days. Taking trips, ripping lips, checking off a bucket list. Some things ain't gonna change. We're burning up in back roads, cooler in the console, chasing down a neon road. Another night, getting high, doing what we used to do. Yeah, that's how I'm getting over you. Yeah, that's how I'm getting over you. Yeah, that's how I'm getting over you.
Awesome song, guys. February 19th. It's 2 weeks away. We are going to have that gentleman you just heard singing, Gary Burke III, as we affectionately call him, GB3.
No,
Alice of the Southern Outlaw Band. We're going to be country music meeting Southern rock with alcohol-fueled conversation. Oof, It's gonna be a good night. It's gonna be fun.
There's gonna be a lot of beer drank that night.
Lots of beer. Maybe something if we could talk GB into coming here sometime, or Earl's for that matter.
Yeah.
And then on some other news, apparently we will be doing a halftime show of our own this Sunday. And we will have a special guest along with us.
Oh, yeah.
And apparently we'll get our mic back.
Yeah, we'll have Michael Motorcycle back.
That's gonna be fun.
Fuck.
Oh my god. Beer, food. Did you say you're gonna do cheesesteaks with whiz? So basically you're gonna be doing the traditional O'Charlie's.
Yes, that's the plan. That's the hope. We're gonna have to see how I feel Sunday morning, but I'm probably still gonna be the engine rearing from Saturday night.
You know what? When it comes to food like that, though, dude, chicken Philly's my favorite. I like shaved chicken. So, guys, we will now take this opportunity to open up the panel. And then I'm dropping the link, inviting people to come on. And let's talk sports. House of Sanson, we're still waiting for your picks tonight. JD, I saw you were on here for a second, brother. You're gonna have to give us some picks. Who is everybody out there going for this week? We know how most of you are rooting for, but after that long conversation we just had about the whole thing, who do you really think is going to win this game? Like I said, I'm going with Kansas City, but I'm rooting for Philly.
I'm Philly.
You kind of have to be.
Yeah, I'm all in on Philly, man. If Saquon gets hurt, we're fucked. Hurts gets hurt, we're fucked. It's gonna come down to injuries, clock management, which Kansas City is superb at, but I think Philadelphia can also tush push all day. Go Philly. City of brotherly shove.
It's a hell of a coined phrase right there. I'm kind of interested in. Is it just like a fun little play on words?
It just fits. It just goes. It just goes.
I tell you what, that's another thing, people. My fan bases. So we were at Tequila Cowboys for a Steelers get together. Twin Jilkin was there. Arthur Moats. Merle Hodge, and that was back when they were still doing the Steelers. What was it they called it? It was kind of like their fan club. So they out of all, it was the Patriots game, and there literally was one dude walking around. The entire bar obviously had Steelers stuff on.
Right.
One dude walking around with a Brady jersey on.
Sick bastard.
Well, I just seen a video of there was a Washington fan at the Philly game. He was wearing a jersey walking around, and there was one older gentleman went over and tried to be cordial with him. Try to shake his hand. Obviously, most of the videos you saw was, I guarantee he was egging people on. And I'm not going to hate on him for that. But the hate that people was spewing, saying this kid had no right to do it, dude, we all do that. Dude, there is a reason why my wife does not want to go to another away game with me.
It's a real thing.
I was in Cincinnati, and I tell you what, man, I was trolling everybody. Anybody and everybody. I, stepped outside for a smoke with a friend of mine, and I'm out there, who day, we day, we do Wednesday, whoop your ass, you just having fun with it.
Yeah.
We had our pictures taken, they have the who day, where you take your selfies and, have your family picture taken, and we all stood there with our terrible flags or terrible towels.
That's part of the fun of going to a game, the banter, the bullshit.
But what got me about this particular video is, this YouTuber, he's over there instigating them. And that became very evident when you had an older gentleman walk over and shake his hand, just say, hey, best of luck, go Philly. He said something along the lines of, hey, my boys are, are going to beat yours. It was fun, cordial. And he goes, oh man, don't count your chickens and don't start boasting until the end of the, and that's when the guy finally, looked at him. And this happened multiple times. He reached out, took his beanie and just chucked it into the crowd. And before you knew it, that it became the proverbial beach ball. And then he started bitching and griping, man, you guys are just mean. You're just a bunch of assholes,
Right. Yeah.
Fans. I mean, dude, that's one of my favorite parts about, going to games. Tailgating.
It's a blast.
The tailgate.
Fucking.
And I think GQ said it. Who was it? GQ that we were talking to, where just going out. You don't even have to go into the game. You can just go out there, set up tent and everything.
Yeah, and watch it on your TV, man.
Yeah,
you can hotspot it from your phone these days. I mean, go to the tailgate, pay $30 a park, or maybe $100 a park at some places, and
then when you're out, you're out.
Yeah.
The game's over. Everybody else is trying to rush out, and boom, you're already gone. That doesn't seem too bad of an idea to me, honestly.
Yeah, go there, get hammered, continuously play cornhole in the parking lot, and listen to the game live. And you know what? You'll be the first one out of the parking lot. Later, bitches.
Like we went to a pirate. Dude, tailgate is not just football. Like they tailgate for pirate games.
That's a good time, yeah.
You really can't tailgate. I mean, you can, but anybody that knows anything about Pennsylvania winters. It's kind of hard to tailgate for a hockey game.
Yeah. You know what? There isn't much. Any hockey game I've been to, there's like zero tailgating. Like people just kind of get right in there and go to town. But the baseball games in Pittsburgh, I mean, when we tailgate fucking hard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We drink all the beer and then we stumble in, find more beer
because you swear up and down. You drink outside. That way you don't pay for it inside. Not even thinking you're going to be so drunk, you're just going to want to keep drinking. Guess what? All of a sudden, $15 for a beer doesn't seem too obscene.
Yeah, I'd be like, man, I got to keep the party going. And then you got to pee all the time. So every time you got to pee, you're like, oh, well, I'm down here. Might as well get another beer.
And then there's always, that's another thing, dude. The lines for the bathroom.
Have you ever been to the ball game and you had to pee so bad and the line's so fucking crazy and
you go find the spot?
Go find the spot.
Go find the spot.
There are spots in the stadium where you can, sit there, act like you're on your phone, but the whole time you're peeing and you're just hoping it doesn't go over the side and hit people.
Well, the fun part about that is usually, and I've seen it. I've actually seen this. You go over and people see you kind of doing a dance and doing a look. They know what's about to happen. So next thing you know, you have 15 random people and they all of a sudden just get on their phone right there, but nobody's facing the one person in the middle.
I've cut the line before. I've had to pee so fucking bad because I had drank so much. And and I'm like, fuck it. If we're going to fight, we're going to fight after I pee. I fucking just got in the left lane, fucking passed everybody, pushed my way right into the middle of the trough, and fucking like whipped it out right through the zipper hole, man. I don't got time to pull the belt off, button, nothing. Right out there. And I'm down to like the millisecond.
See, that's my thought. I mean, like in the locker room, back when I played high school, when I played ball in high school, we had, like you said, the trough.
The trough, full of ice.
Literally, it was, on the floor, went wall to wall, and, you just went, because it just felt unnatural. The first time I went in, I had to go, and I'm standing there just like almost in,
Yeah, there's
it's like I gotta let go. I gotta do it. And then finally it's just like, okay, I'm doing this, But tailgating, back to tailgating. What is your favorite food? And I've seen people get extremely extravagant with it. Ooh, like they show up hours early because they are literally just in time to start cooking.
Well, it's gotten disappointing over the years because now, like, a lot of these big chains have moved into the ballpark. It's not like Aramark. Now we have like Quaker Steak and Lube in there. A lot of these stadiums they have McDonald's in there and shit like that. Like, no, that takes away from why we're here.
No, I want a ballpark Frank.
Ballpark.
Dude, I want the foot long, Beef dog, load that thing up because I want to be hurting the next day.
Oh yeah. I'm not going there for to cater to my diet. I like the nachos. I mean, they're hot as fuck, but
Jalapenos.
no jalapenos. But then I have tons of ballpark beer, and like we've all agreed. Even GQ was on here agreed that ballpark beer tastes fucking different. I mean, it's draft or bottle. It doesn't fucking matter. It just tastes fucking different. I mean, why? Like, I don't think they make a special beer for ballparks, but the drafts, especially when you get it from the guy, you know, and he comes up to cold beer here. It's like, I need to go ahead and have that cold beer. And he takes it right from the can, pours it in a big old solo cup, clear, and it's amazing. And it passes through how many hands to get to you. You know, you take your $50 bill for that beer, pass it down, and it's a great fucking beer.
Gotta have jalapenos, or it's not nachos.
I'll be doing more than I will definitely be cutting the line all game if I had jalapenos on there. But you like the dogs? It's got to be the foot long, and it's an all beef too.
It's not just a foot long, dude. I mean, we're talking. This thing is like silver dollar sized. I mean, just. On a stale bun, it was always a stale bun.
Oh, it's crusty.
So you had to just cover this thing
Chili
with
cheese.
chili, cheese, sauerkraut.
Make it moist.
Oh man.
Oh, I'm getting moist.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. We're on our way. PNC.
I'm hungry.
Open it up.
Yeah, we got some pirates coming up here soon.
All right. I like the soft pretzels. I like the popcorn too.
I'm not a popcorn or a soft pretzel. Now,
I like the popcorn because I can watch a game and I can eat all 9 innings nonstop. Like if food's in front of me,
easy.
So I like to get the popcorn because even though like I'm eating nonstop, like I'm like, all right, between innings, popcorn. Instead of going out and getting, you know, $12 hot dogs all day, I'll get a $5 popcorn and I'll just munch. And when that popcorn's gone, and you get free refills on popcorn.
Oh, yeah.
Once you get the big one, yeah, it's like kind of keeps you going, absorbs the alcohol while you're going. It's kind of like, all right, kind of sobering up, you know, go get an IPA and, you know, fuck your popcorn.
Oh, yeah, you're done. Way to go.
No, my team's down. All right, we're going to get IPAs and shots.
So, quick update. The Grove City girls are up 13-10. Steve-O, who are they playing tonight?
They're up in Greenville.
So who's over at the high school? Like the parking lot's packed.
Maybe the band. Is there a play? There might be a play.
I have no idea. Steve-O,
who's it? Play season.
Blue, give us your pick while you're on here.
He might not be able to hear us.
Oh, it's halftime.
No, we have subtitles.
Yeah, you should be able to see it. Super Bowl pick. Hurry up. Mom, Super Bowl pick.
Oh, mom said Eagles. Go Eagles.
She's saying straight up go Eagles?
She said go Eagles.
All right.
Oh, you and Kat might be on the Chiefs here.
I
know Deb's pulling for the Eagles.
Oh, of course she is.
Yeah, I was unimpressed with it because she was pulling for the Steelers all year,
and then all of a sudden, yeah,
and now she's on the Eagles bandwagon.
Come on, hey, we respect you more when you stick to your guns, stick to the team, okay?
She's like, well, I can't root for the Steelers no more. She's like, so I'm gonna, she's gonna support me. I'm like, that's fine.
It's just, I mean, at least you got Steve-O here, Blue. You're Steve-O, Blue. He's going Eagles, and of course, Kat, she's already said before that she is Kansas City all day long. I'm rooting for Philly, mainly because, man, I got to stick with my PA teams, man. I mean, and I'd like to see, they've done it once before. They knocked off the undefeated that season New England Patriots.
Yeah.
Knocked and with a backup quarterback, but that was a quality backup quarterback, not a dime store God bless you guys for taking Kenny Pickett off our hands.
I hope he doesn't come into this fucking football game. Fuck.
Well, if they get far enough ahead, I'm sure he'll get the final snap of the game just so he can say, I was there.
Kenny Pickett gets his Super Bowl ring, gets traded, and gets a ring. Ain't that some shit?
He goes from one end of Pittsburgh to the Pennsylvania to the other.
Well deserved. While we're on here, I know Bobby Ryder's on here. He likes he likes the betting picks, and I make picks, and then Bill, he's always the one that like tells me it's a bad idea, and then he goes with his gut. So I'm going to tell you the ones I'm making. I'm going to see if Bill says yay or nay.
Mom is going with she's going out on a limb, she says. Philly by 5.
I like it. I'm probably going to go there by 5. I think Philly. I think Philly whoops it.
That's harder to get to than like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. It's I mean, you're by a touchdown.
All right, hit me with your best shot.
All right, my best bets going into this is for rushing yards. All right, Saquon Barkley, his number, it's actually the lowest it's been in these playoffs, 112.5. I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it, but the one I am touching is Xavier Worthy, 5.5. That's a jet sweep. And remind you, for this bet to hit, he has to get the ball behind Mahomes. It can't be him coming across, and it can't be a shovel. It has to be a legitimate handoff, which has to be behind the quarterback, behind the line of scrimmage, or he comes right across and receives the snap. 5.5.
Do something crazy like the Wildcat.
5.5. Yeah, Xavier Worthy. Your only other rushing props open for this for Kansas City is Kareem Hunt, Pacheco, and Mahomes. Pacheco is only at 23.5. I like that one over as well. But my favorite one, the one I'm playing, is Xavier Worthy over 5.5. What say you?
That's
I mean, if he gets hit behind the line, he goes negative yards. This one's fucked.
I actually like this one. I really do, because they're going to be so focused on Saquon. Yeah, I could see that one. And I'll do one even better. I would take the Saquon bet.
112.5, 112.5 over.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about it because he was coming in 125 is where he's been the last few weeks, and he's been smashing it. With these 60-yard runs. He gets 160-yard run. This thing fucking hits. That leads me into my next best pick. Saquon Barkley. Like I said, this has hit each of the last 2 games in the playoffs by a mile. One on the first play of the Eagles' offensive drive. Saquon Barkley, longest rush, 23.5 yards. I'm taking over.
I'm taking under. Dude, they're going to focus.
Everybody in the world is taking this over because it has smashed. I mean, I want to take the under because I know the world's going to be on this over. But one hole, you're looking one big run from Saquon from the line of scrimmage, 23.5.
I just think they dude, they're gonna have. I'm not gonna say they're gonna have his number, but dude, out of all of them, he's gonna have the biggest target
On his back.
I honestly, truly, and I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of players that's gonna see his back. But that being said, man, they're gonna close it up quick. They're gonna, I mean, they put a spy on him after so many.
So if they do that, I mean, the way you do that is if you think this goes under, I mean, then you got to start taking receivers over. Especially someone like Goddard. How about Jalen Hurts? Longest rush, 12.5 yards. I think Jalen Hurts rips off a good 30-yard or 40-yarder at some point.
I would take that one. I'd take the over on that one.
12.5. That
Because
is
you
low
know
for
he's
him.
going to be scrambling.
You know, one run, Jalen Hurts. I think he gets there. I love that one. Those are pretty much the only ones I'm playing, and then I'm going to get into like some of those novelty bets that you only get from the Super Bowl. Like you have your Swifty specials. You know, they're all named after Taylor Swift songs. They are. 1989 is a song. That's Kelsey to have a reception over 19 yards.
How many times are they going to show her in the box?
All day. All day. How many people are going to tune into this motherfucker just to see Taylor T. Swizzle?
I mean,
I mean,
how many hugs is she going to give people? You know,
all day. All day. It's great publicity.
okay, he's even better. How many times are the announcers going to mention Taylor Swift?
If the Chiefs win, does Kelsey propose? Over or under?
I'm going to say no. I'm betting the under on that one. Dude, they're in their first year. Yeah, no, this is second year.
This is her second year, yeah.
Yeah.
Second year, yeah. It's good. Serious, and she wants to have kids.
I don't think he's going to do it. No, he'll do it some other way. I guarantee it. He's not going to do it at the Super Bowl. She wouldn't want him to do it at the Super Bowl. Because then they're like, oh, you arrogant. You had to, the Chiefs just won their third straight Super Bowl, and you had to come in there and go, oh, he went to Jared's.
He went to Jared's.
So on that one, I'm going to say no. It's not going to happen. There's no reason. There's a reason, but it'd just be. I think it'd be obscene, honestly.
All right, I got two more bets that I'm playing. See your thoughts on it, and then we'll start getting out of here. Two more, actually three more. They're all kind of similar. Any non-quarterback to throw a passing touchdown?
Under.
I'm going to put a little bit on it for an over, just for fun, because it's happened. It has happened recently. And then a favorite one I do like is a non-quarterback to record a passing attempt. You said no because of the defenses. I could see a fake punt, a fake field goal. I could see a flea flicker or something go awry. Plus 200, a non-quarterback to throw a pass. Xavier Worthy on a jet sweep goes ahead and throws to Kelsey. Kelsey to do something crazy. I like it. I'm playing that one.
Dude, it could be something as simple as the end of the game, the old razzle dazzle.
As long as it's behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. It's still a pass.
Plus 200, I'm playing it. Then this one I'm also playing. These are just novelty. I mean, you put 10, 20 bucks on it. You put 10 bucks on this one, you win 160. Any quarterback to record a reception. You go back to Nick Foles and the Philly special. A quarterback to catch a pass. And this can happen. And it has happened. I did hit a bet on this 1 year. It was Lamar Jackson. He threw the ball.
They threw it back and he took off.
And hit a player's helmet. And he caught the ball. That counts as a reception. $10
immaculate reception.
$10 won $200 because Lamar Jackson fucked up and caught his own ball. Yeah. So I'm playing that. So I'm actually parlaying that with a quarterback throw reception. And,
okay, I'm hoping you're not going to parlay that with the big ones.
No. Not all the enchiladas on that one.
So that's about the size of it tonight, I think.
Yeah.
I am going to take this opportunity. Guys, February 8th, Champion, Ohio. Mom, you guys said you were interested in going to this, so that is 2 nights from now. Long Boys, our good friends, the Southern Outlaw Band, are going to be performing. Awesome place, and you know, like I said, you gotta love a bar that good food, good drinks, and if for whatever reason you just feel the urge, you can hit 10 frames.
Yeah, we'll be there.
We also have our Super Bowl halftime show featuring Michael Copenhaver. Awesome guy. If you guys watched last night, ball of energy. Loved having him on here. Very bad influence on us.
Horrible influence on us.
What else we got? February 19th, we are going to have GB3 himself, Gary Burke III, will be joining us, along with Alice of the Southern Outlaw Band. Country music meets Southern rock, alcohol-fueled conversation. Oh, this is going to be fun. This is not, and just so you guys know, this is not going to be an interview. This is literally going to be just everybody blowing shit up. So, that being said, keeping Grove City hydrated, one drink at a time. Show some love to our guys over there at Grove City Beverage, located on Main Street in Grove City, Pennsylvania. To be a little more specific, right across the street from the park. The number is 724-458-4280. Specializing in domestic imports, craft slushies, wine coolers, regular soda for the non-alcohol drinkers,
Yes.
and the ever-famous beer wagon. If anybody hasn't seen this beer wagon, it is awesome. It holds, I can't remember how many kegs, you know, it's great for all, you know, anything and all things you need to make your party that much more hydrated. Show some love to our guys over there. Grove City Beverage, great people, great selection, great prices. This was fun.
This is fun, man. Enjoy the Super Bowl, man. We'll catch you guys Sunday.
Guys, I'm going to say it. Fly, Eagles, fly. I want to see Taylor Swift cry. Guys, just remember everything we say on the show is just our opinion, but then again,
It must not be the alcohol.
you guys have fun. We'll catch you Sunday night for our Sunday night weekend hangover. Night, everybody.
Looking for a party, good man, have you found it? Another shot is coming, raw and unbounded. The whiskey's always talking and the beer's overflowing. Another shot is gonna hit you with a mind overloading. The bar is always open with no inhibitions. Another shot will leave your sensories twitching. Just remember everything we say is just our opinion. But then again, it might be